Students, we have already seen how early trade activities took place between various parts of the world and the causes of the geographical discoveries. So, now we will see the major discoveries made during this period by various explorers and navigators of the different countries. Major discoveries. Portugal and Spain had taken the lead in discovering the New World during the 15th century. England, France, and other European countries had entered later when they witnessed the profitability of the geographical discoveries. Now we will see the first country, Portugal. Portugal was the first European country to utilize the opportunities which lay before it in the form of geographical discoveries. The three main aims of the Portuguese were God, glory and gold. तांकां आपल्यालो रिलीजन स्प्रेड करपा जाय आशिल्लो, तांकां ग्लोरी जाय आशिल्ली, they wanted gold. So their three main aims were God, glory and gold. The Portuguese traders and the navigators were blessed to have Prince Henry, their ruler, during the 15th century. He had set up a school for the navigators, collected the services of the map makers and the ship designers, and did everything to help the navigators for the expeditions. For this, he had earned the title Henry the Navigator. Why did Henry earn the title Henry the Navigator? The first exploration which was undertaken was of the west coast of Africa, when many groups of islands were discovered. After his death, explorations continued because each expedition had brought large amount of gold and the profits were made on the slave trade. स्लेव ट्रेड म्हळ्यार तुमकां खबर आसतलें, पयलीं मनशाक मनीस विकते घेताले. ते युरोपियन्स जे आशिल्ले त्यो ज्यो कंट्रीज आसात नवी नवी सोदून काडिल्ल्यो, थंय वचून थंयच्या लोकांक कॅप्चर करताले आनी दुसरी कंट्रीनी व्हरून विकताले. जाय तितले तांचे कडच्यान काम करून घेताले, तांकां व्हडले व्हडले प्लांटेशनाचेर कामां लायताले. सो हे जे पळय युरोपियन्स आशिल्ले ते आफ्रिकन लोकांक, बाकीच्या लोकांक आपले स्लेव्स करताले. ते स्लेव्स म्हणल्यार तांकां विकते घेताले, बाजारांनी वचून लोकांक विकते घेताले आनी तो स्लेव ट्रेड आसतालो आनी ताजे पासून खूब प्रॉफिट करताले. इन 1488 बार्थोलोम्यू डायस रीच द सदर्न टीप ऑफ आफ्रिका which he called as Cape of Storms, since he was caught in the storms over there. It was later named as the Cape of Good Hope, since it provided hope to the navigators to travel further. The voyages continued under Bartholomew Dias, who sailed round the Cape of Good Hope, and in 1498 Vasco da Gama used the same route and reached the western coast of India and landed at Calicut on 17 May 1498. बार्थोलोम्यूजान जो रस्तो सोदून काडिल्लो, जो रूट सोदून काडिल्लो, तोच रूट वास्को ड गामान फॉलो केलो. And he reached western coast of India and landed at Calicut on 17th May 1498. He then secured trading concession from the ruler of Calicut. He returned back with the spices and the precious stones, which repaid 60 times the cost of the expedition. ताणी पळय जो खर्च केल्लो ताजी 60 times ताका प्रॉफिट जाल्लो. This marked the beginning of European trade with India. तेन्नाच्यान इंडिये कडेन युरोपियनांचो ट्रेड सुरवात जालो. आता आमी नेक्स्ट कंट्री पळोवया. इट इज स्पेन. Spanish explorations began during the rule of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. In 1492, Christopher Columbus was provided with the 3 ships by them for explorations. On 12th October 1492, he landed at Bahamas, a place which he mistook for India. Columbus is also credited with the discovery of America, but it was named after Amerigo Vespucci when Amerigo Vespucci explored the interior regions of the continent. Another explorer, Ferdinand Magellan, had proved that Earth is round by circumnavigating it. ताजे पयलीं सगळे युरोपियन्स मानताले की पृथ्वी ही फ्लॅट आसा, पूण फर्दिनांड मॅगेलन had proved that the earth is round by circumnavigating it. In 1520, Ferdinand went round South America, across the Pacific, visited the Philippine Islands, and reached Spain via the Cape of Good Hope. The success of the Portuguese and the Spanish navigators and the immense wealth brought by them led other European countries to undertake further explorations and set up their trading centers or stations in Europe and Asia. England started undertaking voyages towards the end of the 15th century when, under the ruler of Henry VII, John Cabot had landed on the Cape Breton island. He also established the English claim to the eastern coast of North America. France started its process of exploration in the 16th century under the rule of King Francis I. When they tried to set up their colony in Northern America, they came into conflict with England. इंग्लंडाकडे त्यांची झगडी झाली and this was the beginning of the conflicts between the European countries for the possession of colonies. So the major discoveries we have seen are: Bartholomew Diaz discovered southern tip of Africa, which was called as Cape of Good Hope. Vasco da Gama discovered the new sea route to India in 1498. Columbus discovered America. America was named after Amerigo Vespucci when he explored the interior regions of America. Magellan proved that Earth is round. John Cabot landed on Cape Breton Islands. He also established English claim on the eastern coast of North America. So, in the next part, we will see the effects of the geographical discoveries.